everyone, it's Matt, and in this video, I am going to cover a topic that really helped me when I was really trying to understand these crazy, yucky, retroactive jealousy thoughts that I was having. And once I began to understand what I'm going to share with you, it's almost like a light bulb kind of went off in my head for me, and it really changed the way I saw things in my life. Especially from like that past 27 years at that point, like completely changed everything for me. So I want to share that kind of quick story and a quick technique with you. But before we do, if you could just take a quick moment and go ahead and smash the like button on this video to support this channel's growth. And also please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. So this technique that I'm referring to has to do with observing our thoughts, observing them, because it's so easy to get tangled up in our thoughts. It's so easy to see and feel these intrusive thoughts and just automatically think that they're real. Automatically think that like, I need to do something about this right now. I need to feel better right now. I need to do some type of compulsive behavior right now. I need to dig into the thought. I need to ask questions. I need to do something because all of this just seems so real. But as we've always talked about, acting on these types of thoughts only makes things worse, and not just makes them worse, but makes them a lot worse. I mean, if you acted on every single compulsive behavior, which I did for many, many, many years, you end up, very much like me, where you suffer for every relationship you had for 13 years of your life. But a very interesting thing took place, and this happened when I signed up for the Headspace app, and this was back in 2017, around August 2017. I signed up for the Headspace app because I read that meditation was really good with fighting retroactive jealousy. And in this meditation, it talked about thoughts. And one thing that it brought up and talked about is it said, what is a thought? What is a thought? Can we touch it? Can we, hold it? Can we, actually see it physically in front of us? Because it's interesting that something so intangible, so invisible, can cause us so much grief and so much pain. And that really struck me as, wow, all this stuff that I'm feeling right now, all these horrible intrusive thoughts, all these emotions that are just sucking my day away, it's happening from something that I can't touch, I can't hold in my hand. It's this invisible thing. And it's something that's only going on in here and nowhere else, because physically I look at myself and I'm fine. I don't have any broken bones. So all this pain, the suffering is only happening in here. And so if our thoughts are just invisible things coming in and out of our mind, who says we have to interact with them? Who says what they are saying is the truth? Who says we have to believe what they say? Or who says we have to believe what they make us feel? See, when we start questioning that, we start opening kind of new doors in our mind. We start becoming observers of our thoughts. And that just means stepping back and just observing these intrusive retroactive jealousy thoughts, observing them as they come in and out without getting wrapped up in them. And you can kind of think of this as like, the only thing I can think of is like a sports analogy, but if you've ever watched like a football game or a basketball game or some sporting event where the two teams playing, they're not your home teams, they're not your favorite teams, they're just teams. They mean nothing to you. You could care less who wins or loses in that game. You watch the game and you almost just observe it. You're just seeing what's happening. You're not getting excited. You're not getting caught up in it. You're not cheering for one side or the other and going, oh no, my team is losing. You don't do any of that. You just kind of watch. You just observe without getting involved and wrapped up in it. And that's kind of what observing these thoughts are like. Simply watching them come and watching them go without labeling them, without thinking we have to dive into them without having them raise our blood pressure, raise our excitement levels, just simply observing them as if they are intangible things coming in and out of our mind. So, how do we start simply observing these thoughts instead of taking them for truth and really attaching ourselves to them? What worked for me is literally saying to myself, proclaiming, I'm just going to observe. I'm only observing today. That's it. Saying it to yourself. And this takes practice. This takes a lot of practice, especially starting out to get used to. But the next time a retroactive jealousy thought comes up and you feel that triggered anxious response that doesn't feel good, but now instead of getting lost in the thought, instead of taking any steps, further with the thought, just say to yourself, I am only observing today, okay? This immediately should remind you that you can simply take a breath and again observe the thought as it comes in and leaves without getting involved in it. And I'm telling you, this really was a big time game changer for me when I realized I had that freedom of being able to choose what thoughts I interact with and what thoughts that I don't, and what thoughts are truth and what thoughts are not. And being able to just say, I don't have to listen to these invisible things coming into my head. I don't have to listen to them at all. It was a completely freeing experience and allowed me just to watch as they came and went, came and went, came and went. And again, this is not to say like, you can start doing it in an hour, you're going to be perfect or anything like that. This takes time. It takes time. It's not going to happen overnight by any means, but it absolutely will work in rewiring your brain and calming all that adrenaline that your brain sends to your body when you think about this stuff. Just understand that there simply is no need to explore something or get wrapped up in something that you can't even see. You can't even touch. You can't even hold in your hand. Just decide to observe. And once you do that, I'm telling you, everything begins to change for you in very incredible ways. And again, if thought observing in this type of technique is something that is completely 100% new for you, I get it. And the first time I heard about it, it confused the living daylights out of me because I was somebody that very much identified with my thoughts and just thought every thought that I had was real. And I had to identify with them and so on and so forth. So I get it. And I recommend trying out either like Headspace app, or I have a retroactive jealousy meditation that's very similar to the stuff that they do in Headspace. And I'll leave a little link above, have it pop up there. But again, most of this meditation has to do with getting your attention out of your mind and into your body, into the physical sensations of your body and things like that. And that will automatically begin to kind of train your brain only to observe thoughts rather than get caught up in everything. So I think that's a really, really, really good place for you to start. So if you enjoyed this video, I do ask if you just take a quick moment and go ahead and smash the like button to help out the YouTube algorithm and get this video out to more people that need to see it. Also subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Click the notification bell so you are alerted the next time I post a new retroactive jealousy video. And also please check out the links in the description below for my 7-day Road to Freedom course on retroactive jealousy. I give you all the tools and ammunition to take down your retroactive jealousy in the next 7 days. I also have coaching programs down there. I've got a free meditation down there, a free retroactive jealousy community you can join down there. There's a lot of stuff. So make sure you take a few seconds and go ahead and check all that stuff out. And again, I appreciate you joining me today. Again, let's start trying to observe these thoughts instead of getting tangled up in them. And the more we observe them and let them pass, the more we're going to start training our brain that there simply is nothing to fear, no reason to send us all this anxious adrenaline into our body. And soon we can start actually thinking about these thoughts and they will not bother us anymore. So give that a try. Let me know how it goes, and we'll see you in the next video.